Scylla, level 10 upgrade. In today's upgrade, I'm going to be doing an experiment with aluminum antenna tube. This is some 1/8 inch aluminum tubing, which is the same size as the plastic one you get stock with your Traxxas RCs, and I'm going to be replacing it with an aluminum one, seeing if it increases range or speed, and just overall see if it's worth it. So let's get into it. So I've unzipped the shroud, and I'm just going to take off the antenna tube cap, set that off to the side, lift up the shroud, and then undo this screw at the bottom that holds on the antenna tube. Now I can pull out the old antenna tube. Now using some wire cutters, I'm going to cut this piece of aluminum tubing to the approximate length of the antenna tube. I want it to stick out a little bit more, so I'm going to make it a little bit longer. After I cut the tubing, I cleaned off the ends using some sandpaper, so it all looks proper. It doesn't even look cut or bent or anything really. So now we're going to prepare to paint it. I'm going to use some Scotch tape and cover this end that sticks into the chassis to hold up the antenna tube, and I'm going to paint the rest of it. So about this much of the area of the bottom of the antenna tube gets covered. Wrap that around, pinch it out the end. So this is the end that slides into the chassis, like I mentioned before. So the reason I'm doing this is because when you slide it into the chassis, it's going to scratch off the paint. I don't want it to do that. Now to paint it, I'm going to be using Duplicolor Metal Cast. It looks anodized after you paint on anything silver or with a background of silver. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be doing about 3 to 4 coats on each side of the antenna tube, and I'll come back to you when I'm done painting. So now I'm done painting. I'm just going to remove this Scotch tape. Got the Scotch tape off, but take a look between the old and the new. The new one is a lot more shiny. Looks very, very nice. Now, we're going to get this installed. All I really have to do now is slide the antenna back in the antenna tube, push the antenna tube down into the chassis, screw down that grub screw, and then just put back on the antenna tube cap. And we are done. It looks really awesome in the right light. But like I said in the beginning of the video, this is just an experiment to see if aluminum antenna tubes will actually increase your range. I'll let you know in future upgrades if this actually works.